Very good evening, respected students and my dear faculty members. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this workshop on emotional intelligence and design thinking. This program is proudly organized with the core objective of helping educators, students, research scholars, and professionals understand how emotional intelligence can transform innovation and problem solving in the workplace. Design thinking is not just developing products or services, it is about understanding the people. Emotional intelligence enables us to understand emotions, build empathy, collaborate effectively, and create solutions that truly address the human needs. Throughout this workshop, we will explore practical concepts, inspiring case studies, and strategies that you can immediately apply in teaching, research, and professional practice. Let us now go through the today's workshop roadmap. The today's workshop consists of six major sections. We begin by understanding the fundamentals of emotional intelligence. Next, we explore the basic fundamentals of design thinking. Then we examine how emotional intelligence strengthens every stage of design thinking. We will discuss some of the global industrial examples and an educational case study. Finally, we will look at measurable students' learning outcome, placement outcomes, and conclude with key takeaways and reflections. Let us start the basic foundations of emotional intelligence. An overview. Emotional intelligence refers to our ability to recognize, understand, manage, and effectively use emotions. According to Daniel Goldman, emotional intelligence consists of five core competencies. First one is self awareness, next, self regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. These competencies improve communication, leadership, collaboration, decision making, and innovation. Organizations increasingly recognize emotional intelligence as one of the most valuable workplace skills. Next module, we shall go through the basic foundations of design thinking. Design thinking is a human centered methodology for solving complex problems creatively. The five stages include the following things. The first one is emphasize. Next stage is define, ideate, prototype, and testing. So these are the different stages in design thinking process. Unlike traditional problem solving, design thinking focuses on understanding user needs more deeply before developing the solutions. It encourages continuous learning, experimentation, and improvement. How emotional intelligence can be incorporated in order to meet the requirement of design thinking process. Let us see further. Design thinking becomes truly effective when combined with emotional intelligence. Empathy, that is the first stage of design thinking process. So it enables us to understand the basic user needs. When we design a solution for all problems, self-awareness minimizes personal bias, motivation sustains innovation, self-regulation helps us to remain calm during failures, social skills improve teamwork and communication. Together, these competencies create meaningful human-centered innovation. Next thing we shall discuss about mapping of emotional intelligence across design thinking. Each stage of design thinking requires a specific emotional intelligence competency. Emphasize requires empathy and active listening. Define requires self awareness. Ideate requires motivation and openness. Prototype requires emotional resilience and self regulation. Testing requires excellent communication and constructive feedback. This integration significantly improves innovation quality. Now we shall discuss some of the real world examples apart from the theoretical foundations. Every successful global organizations have already integrated emotional intelligence into innovation. Rather than relying on only technology, they focus on understanding customer emotions, building trust, encouraging collaboration, and continuously improving user experiences. These examples demonstrate that emotional understanding often becomes the true driver of innovation. Let us see the following examples under each phase of design thinking. The first one is use of empathy in action. GE Healthcare redesigned the MRI scanning machine for children, especially for children, by understanding their fears rather than modifying the technology itself. Next example, Airbnb is an online marketplace that connects travelers with local hosts who want to rent out their properties in the online. So they transformed their business by personally interacting with customers instead of relying solely on basic data and information. So both organizations demonstrate that empathy leads to remarkable innovation in the business. The next example is about team culture and innovation. Google's Project Aristotle revealed that psychological safety is the strongest predictor of successful teams. IBM's enterprise design thinking emphasizes user outcomes, continuous improvement, and collaborative innovation. These organizations illustrate how emotional intelligence strengthens creativity, teamwork, and organizational success. Now we shall go through the case study, educational case study. Let us now examine an educational case study illustrating how emotional intelligence was integrated into a design thinking capstone course. This example demonstrates how structured emotional intelligence training enhances project outcomes, collaboration, and student development. Let us see the further details more brief. So, what are the primary challenges involved in this project? Initially, students faced several challenges are listed below. They lacked in conducting in-depth user survey or interviews, in getting the basic information for executing the project. Next, brainstorming sessions were dominated by only a few individuals. Students struggle to accept constructive feedback. Although technically capable, many lacked emotional resilience and collaborative skills. So these issues limited innovation. The next thing is, in order to address the above challenges, emotional intelligence was integrated into every phase of the capstone project. Students completed emotional intelligence assessment through brainstorming session. Empathy training was introduced initially. Psychological safety became a team priority. Reflective journals encouraged self learning. Peer and mentor feedback improved communication. Presentation coaching strengthened confidence and adaptability. And these are some of the key results that are considered to be more impressive and impactful. Empathy interview quality improved significantly. Team collaboration became more stronger compared to earlier. Students demonstrated greater resilience during feedback. Overall project quality and client satisfaction increased substantially. This clearly illustrates the educational value of emotional intelligence. Let us now go through the students' learning outcome as a part of a workshop objective. Students developed strong empathy. At the same time, they developed the ability to resolve the conflict during problem solving process. Reflective learning became a regular habit. Students became more resilient, collaborative, and self driven learners. Most important thing, they created their own personal portfolios demonstrating both technical competence and emotional maturity. In terms of placement outcomes, employers increasingly seek graduates with excellent communication, teamwork, leadership, and adaptability. Students trained in emotional intelligence demonstrate greater confidence during interviews, better collaboration in organizations, and stronger professional relationships. Consequently, institutions can expect improved placement performance and higher recruiter satisfaction. Let us now go through the key takeaways of today's workshop. As educators and trainers, we should explicitly teach emotional intelligence rather than assuming students naturally acquire these skills. Reflection should become part of every learning activity. Soft skills should be assessed along with the technical knowledge. Industry collaboration provides authentic opportunities for students to develop emotional competence. Together, these practices create graduates who are technically excellent and emotionally intelligent. Before concluding, I invite each one of you to reflect upon the following questions. We shall see some of the self made questions along with the solutions. And this will help you to navigate when you are doing uh, a project. The first thing is, where can emotional intelligence can be incorporated into your curriculum? Emotional intelligence can be built into school curriculums through core academic subjects, dedicated social emotional lessons, and everyday classroom routines. Say, for example, in academic classes, reading stories to talk about the character feelings, group projects to learn teamwork and listening, history discussions focused on human empathy. Another example, during daily routines, morning meetings to share how everyone feels, short breathing breaks to calm big emotions, peer circles to solve arguments peacefully. And with reference to the school environment, teachers showing calm and kind behavior, reward systems for helping others. So in this way, we can able to examine the incorporation of emotional intelligence into the educational curriculum in everyday life. Next reflective question is, which design thinking stage presents the most greatest challenge for your students? The defined stage is widely recognized by educators as the greatest challenge for students in the design thinking process. During this phase, students must synthesize a large volume of raw data. Students struggle with this specific stage for several reasons. Shifting through ambiguity. Students frequently find it overwhelming to sort through qualitative data like user interviews and observations. Framing scope correctly. Beginners routinely struggle with scale. They tend to write problem statements that are either too broad. Example, how do we fix global warming? Rushing to solution. Students inherently want to jump straight to brainstorming or building models before truly clarifying what specific problem they are trying to solve. Shifting from passive to active thinking, move from listening to a user to talking ownership of a problem requires deep critical thinking and a willingness to make an analytical judgment call. The last question, what one improvement can you implement immediately after today's workshop? One key improvement to implement after today's workshop is faster user testing, focusing on rapid prototyping and immediate feedback collection. This helps to turn out raw ideas into testable models before team energy fades and assumptions go unchecked. Even small changes can create a big impact and everlasting educational transformation. Thank you very much for your active participation. I sincerely hope this workshop has inspired you to integrate emotional intelligence into design thinking, education, research, and professional practice. Together, let us innovate solutions that combine intelligence with empathy, technology with humanity, and creativity with purpose. Thank you once again.